streaming. And is it going up? Okay. We good? Looks like we're up. We're live. That's also good. Let me lower that. I'm gonna make sure that that's live. Cool. Let's get back to it. Oh, let me tell everybody in the Discord. Okay, round 2. Go. Send now. Yes. All right. Also, I guess why not share that in the GMTK Discord, right? I think they have a little section for sharing stuff, right? So it's like stream vids, right? Round 2 NPC. Yeah, popping off. Let's go. Right, and let's put like hell of emojis and like 100s. Right. Okay. Boom. Okay. My body is ready. So I was thinking about some of this stuff while I was at the gym, and let's not show this at startup anymore. Go away. And I think there's only a few things left to do, right? I think. Let's see. So last time I was here, I was working on this character prefab, and the character prefab was using this whole update current area thing. So it's like they know which area that they're in, and so that's on the area manager. And I think so these area triggers, they need to send instead of current area, they're going to be targeting next area, right? Gorman Studios says, well, sir, what's the crake? What's the crake? What is the crake? I don't know what are you talking about? How's it going, Gorman Studios? How you doing? Next area is the target variable. So on our character, let me just make sure that that's actually what it is, right? We have this current area, compare, new area. Oh, new area is what it is. Okay, that was close, right? New area. Okay. Crack, basically what's going on. What's the crack? What's crack-a-lackin'? So working on the GMTK 2023 Jam, or GMTK Jam for the year 2023. And we're making a horror game where you are the one doing all the horroring to an NPC. And you're supposed to scare the shit out of them as much as you can without making them so scared that they leave too soon, or without killing them, because you might accidentally kill them in all the scaring you're doing. All right, so the character next room, so they get unexplored rooms. We have them get get the areas. Okay, that looks good. So what we want to do is go through all of these areas. We want to compile them, and then you want to set, I want to say, like, you want to set like an array. So there's 2 arrays. There's the array of rooms, and then there's a corresponding array for those rooms that says like what's left to explore there. So I think it's like, that's kind of, it's an Irish term. Oh, crake. Oh, really? I've never heard that one. Crake. So the question is like, do we put these sort of like things that rooms have, right? Let's take a look at the scene. So in this scene, we have our living room, for example, right? And what's there to do in here? There's a piano, right? So that's something that they can examine. There's these cupboards. That's something they can examine. There's these drawers. There's those cupboards, right? These are all things they can examine. They can even come over here and examine this book, right? So it's like, if you can imagine the character kind of poking around in this room, examining things, we want each of those things to be sort of on a list for this room. So each room has a list of things that they can examine. And then for each thing that they do examine, whether they fully examine it and then put it down and they're done with it, or they were in the middle of examining it and then they get spooked, right? either way, when it's sort of like done examining, we need to either remove that from a list or sort of like set a little value that says they're done examining that thing. And that way, when all of the things in a room are exhausted, then they go on to the next room, if that makes sense. So I think the best way to approach this right now is to just start with an example room, right? So if we start with this living room, I mean, shit, we can honestly even just start with this this room, right? There's fewer things in here. So let's say this clock is one thing, and let's just start with one thing then, just the clock, right? So this room right here is for the living room, and remember this mesh renderer is just, you know, that's invisible. It turns invisible during the game. Let's start with this clock. So I'm gonna select the clock. It's right here, and I think what I'm gonna do is create an empty parent for it. So I'm gonna create an empty parent, and we'll call this our, I don't know, whatever. We'll just call it clock, right? Call it clock, wall clock, or clock wall, whatever. And then we will put it in. Should we make it? Yeah, I think we make it a prefab. Is there any other instances of it around, right? Just in case there's other times. It might be a unique object, but it would be also nice to be able to, like, maybe later on, if we ever wanted to scale things up, to instantiate it in different places. Like, you could put different things on walls, and that way we have a little bit more of like a slightly more modular game, a slightly more replayable game, right? That's just trying to be a little forward thinking. Okay, because it doesn't really look like there's any other clocks in here, right? Okay, so in that case, let's take this clock. And here's the thing is, like, I have this clock selected, but look at this fucking thing is like way over here. So actually what I want to do is we'll undo that. Okay, and instead I'm gonna make a child of it. So create empty, right? And we'll call this clock wall. And then I'll drag it out, and then I'll put that back in here. So now it's exactly where it was. Okay, and then in here, I'm gonna make a new folder. And we'll call this props. Okay, and then we'll drag and drop that in there. Okay, so now we're working with a prefab. So this prefab, the thing that we wanna do is tell this room that that's one of the things it can interact with, right? So all we gotta do is make sure that we're looking at our area triggers. So ours is right here, this giant cube, right? This is our living room, basically. And we want to tell it that this is one of the things that's like an option for it. So I'm going to go inside this prefab, and then I'm going to go inside this FSM over here. And I want to say that let's add a new FSM to it. Okay, and we'll call this one points of interest. Or you know what, let's just call it POIs. Okay, points of interest, or just POI, points of interest, right? The plural is baked in. So here we're gonna make a new variable. This is gonna be an array, and it's gonna be POI, and we're gonna call it POIS. I know that's not grammatically correct, but later on I want to delineate between like a singular versus multiple a little more easily, and this is going to be the easiest way to do it. So this is a game object array, okay, and we're going to make it an input. And that way, back out here, all of these now will have this, right? They all have their own little array now, and we can sort of make that specific to each one. So for this one, let's just say it's 1 for now. And we're just going to drag and drop our little grandfather clock in here. Or not grandfather clock, but you know. So let me make sure that I lock this inspector so I can grab this now and then drag and drop this in here. Cool. Also, something slightly problematic is that this clock is a prefab itself. Well, no, that's an instantiation. Yeah, that's an instantiation. Nothing problematic about that. Okay, so we're saying that this room has one point of interest, which is the clock on the wall, and that's what our player is going to use, or our character is going to use, not the player, to sort of like find what they should be doing when they enter the room. Okay, so in here, They have, let's unlock this, their area manager, their next room here. Okay, so unexplored rooms remaining. So what they do is they have areas, and I think what we need to do is on the character, the area manager will sort of like keep track for them, like all of their personal progress, right? So for this NPC, it'll keep track of all the rooms they've been in and all the objects that they've interacted with. So this little entered new area thing, that's just sort of like when they've entered. But let's make a new FSM that will handle, or actually, I'm trying to think, how would this work out? If they interacted with the clock, then I almost want to say that there's this part of me that's trying to think really far down the line to like, well, what if you added a second character, a second NPC? If you add a second NPC, you want to program things in a way where like they aren't fighting over the variables of a clock, right? Because you might first think, okay, if you interact with the clock, maybe you just put a little bool on the clock prefab, right? That says has been interacted with. Well, if one NPC flips it to true and the other NPC has never touched it, then like that's not true for both of them, right? Or it shouldn't be true for both of them, but there you go. It's like it's true because one of them set it to true. And that way it's not both of those NPCs wouldn't be able to use it. So that doesn't scale. If I wanted to add NPCs to it, like you don't want them fighting over the same variable. So what I'm trying to think of is like, would it be good to do it locally on each NPC? They just have a memory of all the objects, and then they have like arrays with sort of corresponding values. That way it can end up being, yeah, just a little bit more modular. Let's see. Show Hassan 2.0 says like a sun and then two little heart faces. Hey Hassan 2.0, how's it going? Welcome. So I think I've answered my own question now. I think it is that there needs to be a local version on each. But the question is, where do I put that information, right? Because there's a lot of options here of where I could put it. This area manager is, I think, a good place to start. Or what if we did this? Check this out. I think I just made an easier answer. What if for things like this clock wall, right? Let's open up the prefab. So here's the clock. F. Okay, here's our clock. And on it, what if we gave it a new FSM that we called like, let's just call it POI again, right? This is a point of interest. And on it, there's a variable. It's an array of characters interacted with. Okay, and it's a game object array. So these NPCs, when they've interacted with a thing, they just put themselves on a list on this thing. So it's more about the prop knowing the things that it's interacted with and not so much the NPCs knowing, which is a little ass backwards, but because this is very video gamey and arcadey, we're not like doing a simulation, this will do us just fine. Okay, so that's what we have, characters interacted with on POI. So that way, what I could do is make an event, and let's see, what are all the events we have? We have character, we have action. Let's do POI space / interact. Oh, this is very interesting. So that's what we need to do anyway, because we're already kind of designing our smart object system. So we go here, global transition, interact, right? So like I was saying, the smart objects thing, it's like the object itself has, so let's call this smart object. Okay. And on it, we have POI interact. In fact, I think I don't want to call it that anymore. I don't want to call it POI interact. We'll call it smart object interact. Okay. And we'll change that. Transition event, smart object interact. Cool. So our player just sees any objects in the world, they go to it, and then they interact with it. When they interact with it, they do this smart object interact. And one of the first things that it does is it does an array add, and it adds to the array characters interacted with, it adds this character, okay? And that'll be an incoming value. So on our character, in investigate, right? So we kind of have to, there's a lot of what comes first, chicken or egg kind of shit here. But so stay with me here. So the next, go to POI, right? So it's like, go to smart object. Let's just, we got to keep the language consistent, right? Examine, right? Examine smart object, or interact, right? That's what we want. We do a set FSM game object, and we're setting the smart object, right? That we haven't even like collected it yet, but we'll just say that, you know, that's definitely going to be a variable on here. The variable name is character, and what it's going to set it with is this character, right? So we have to do that. Okay, so the object will know that this character interacted with it, and then we put a send event in here to get that ball rolling. So you go game object, actually let's do game object FSM. It is the smart object, and then we're targeting the smart object FSM, and we're sending the event global events smart object interact. Okay, so all it does is it says, hey, I interacted with you, I'm the one, add me to your list of people that have interacted with, right? That means that now when we do this get next smart object, that it can sort of, this NPC can sort of cycle through the objects, and then check, am I on your list? Am I on your list? Am I on your list? Okay. So in already checked is where it would be. So you do a, let's see if the ecosystem has FSM contain. Okay, so we're going to put in a get FSM array, and then you do a array contains right after. Okay, so we ask it, hey, give me every character that you've interacted with, and then we'll check if that contains it. The variable name is characters interacted with. The FSM name is smart object. We're getting it from the smart object. We're going to store that value in a local one that we'll call the same thing. Okay, so we have that same array, like a copy here. Okay, it's a game object array, and like that. And then we're asking, hey, am I on this list, right? So array contains, we're checking the characters interacted with. Am I in here? Character. And if we are contained, is contained event, we'll put a new event called yes. Let's move some of these things out of the way because we're going to add some transitions. But if it's not contained, then it is no, I have not interacted with it. Okay, so if the answer is no, then we go down here to go to it. But if the answer is yes, then we check back up here to get the next one to check. All right. Okay, so that'll work, but we need to set up this first part before our boy can start moving around. So to get all those things to actually be checking, we need to get the room that we're in, right? We need to like get the room that has the things. So this clock belongs to, I feel like I should just keep that stupid gray box activated. It's not pretty to look at, but you know, it helps me so I can just click on things. One second, let me take some water. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? So, this area trigger, it has the POIs. We're even going to rename this. I'm going to call this Smart Objects. Okay. All good, brother. Good to hear. Good to hear. That makes me happy. Oh shit, I just altered that prefab, but not all of them. So we're calling this Smart Objects. Okay, saving it. Let's make sure that all of them say that now. Yes. Okay, but specifically this one, it has the clock on the wall. And what I would like to do too is to display this variable. Not this one, this one. I'm gonna call this Smart Objects as well. We're just doing some renaming because it's gonna get messy later if I don't. Okay, so we're coming back out here. Smart Objects, cool. And I think on our character, area manager, right? They don't have anything to do with that. That looks good. And then on the next room, areas, yeah, we get that. Okay, that looks good too. Cool. So right when the game starts, the character is going to instantiate right here at this cube. The first thing that they're going to do is get all of these area triggers. And then what they're going to do is just get the first one, because that's just going to be the close one. So the closest one. So I actually I want to arrange these in a way so that, let's see. So this one's at the top, right? Because this is going to be the first one. That's the living room. These ones, I feel like, let's say this is the second one, right? This is the third one. That's the fourth one. That's the fifth one. Okay, that makes sense. So far, these are in a good order, right? So that way they kind of are making the same path around the house. I was going to play Football Manager, but thought, fuck it, I'm going to open Unity. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Either would have sounded just as satisfying. Okay, we have all these areas, and then they're going to get the first one. Okay. Next room. Action start. The thing is, if I use an iterate action, every time my action, this AI action starts, every time it starts, it's going to iterate through every single time, and it will leave a room before it's ever finished. So, unexplored rooms. I think we need to put the logic for remembering which rooms they've been in somewhere else, which I think is why I put something like that on character, right? We have area manager on character. So maybe in here we have the what is the logic behind being an area? It's like, let's hash it out, because it might actually fit all in here. So you have another state where you say get first area. Okay, and then you like check remaining smart objects, right? And then you it's the same logic I put in here, huh? Investigate. Get next smart object, already checked, then go to this. The thing that's kind of funky here is that like I have this NPC sort of like asking, have I interacted with this? Have I interacted with that? Have I interacted with this? And I have them doing that here when they're actually already in the behavior of examining the room, which sounds like it makes sense, and it might. But I also kind of need them to ask that question when they're deciding whether or not it's even time to go to the next room. Am I overcomplicating this? Do they just need to go to the first fucking room? Do they just need... Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Because one of the things that's been fucking me up is that I'm just like relying on this one action that doesn't let me reset. So get all recursive children, activate. I want find children, get next child, reset. What does this one do? Does it just add it to an array? It does, right? But I don't want all the recursive ones. Get children. I don't want that either. Array list. Enable children, activate children, enable script, find children. No. Get next child, get child count recursive. Include inactive. Array children. Parent. Oh, here we go. That's what I want. Array get children of game object. That's what I want. Okay, this is gonna make my life a little easier right now. Okay, so in here, after we get that areas thing, we're saying that we want to store all those children in an array called areas array. Okay, that's a game object array. Okay, so we're storing that in here. So once it has all those, then we can go to oh, motherfucker. I feel like okay, let's see. You do that and then you go unexplored rooms remaining, which basically is just asking is it just array length? Or do I have an array is empty in here? I kind of need my array is empty action. So let's go to documents, GitHub, prototypes, assets, custom actions, and where, let's see, is it in this one? Is empty. I forget where I put this thing. because otherwise I'm just going to use the, there we go, cool. Array is empty. And we'll copy it, and then in custom actions in here, show in Explorer, paste it. Okay, now we have an array is empty action. Unexplored rooms, array is empty. It's asking, hey, is that areas array empty? And if it's empty, then that's yes. Or no, that's no. If it's not empty, then yes. Okay. So if there's nothing remaining, then you leave the mansion. If there's more, then you maybe it's not get random room, but get next room. Or you know what, just delete this and go to next room, right? Because it knows how to do that already. So this is only getting fired off if if we just finish this investigate thing, right? So okay, I think this is taking care of itself. Oh, thank goodness, thank goodness. Cross your fingers, holy shit. Let's start at the top here for investigate. So investigate, it will get current area smart objects. So it'll go down here, and we do a get FSM array, right? And it's getting from, what is it called? It's from the area trigger. It's just called smart objects. The FSM and the array are called smart objects. Perfect. Okay. So in here, on this, we're getting from the current area, right? By the way, we have to do this, get FSM game object. Right, so we're asking our character on its area manager what the current area is, and thank God this is coming together. Holy shit. The current area we're going to get from smart objects, the variable, the array variable called smart objects. Okay, and we're going to store that locally here in a new array called the same thing. Oh, no, sorry. Smart objects called the same thing. And that is a game object array. And that way, we know the shit available to us. And where the fuck did it... Okay, here we go. So, get all these smart objects, and then finish, go down here, and we say get the next smart object. So we do an array get next. So here's kind of where I get fucked up. Because, actually, no, this is fine, right? It's like they get the next one. They start doing a thing. But if something spooks them... Okay, this start index, we're going to call that. We'll make it start index. We'll make sure that things actually get set up here. So the go to interact with smart object, what we'll do is set int value. Where's that get next? So current index, this is smart object underscore index. Okay, and that way when we interact with it, we set that int value for the start index to the smart object index. I think maybe this goes back though. So you do that, but you put this in. Wait, where the fuck does this go? Because basically I want it so that, like, they at least have to get to the part where they interact with it. Like, I want them to get the next object, and then if they're in the middle of processing this information and this action stops, then when it comes back here, it'll at least get to this. Yeah. Oh, because it's not even just about resetting. Okay, this is getting a little confusing. Can you change the background to black? Of what? Background of what? Like the Unity interface? The, whatchamacallit? What is this? Like this? Wait, how do you fuck do you do this thing? YouTube. Can you change the background to black? I don't know. I have no idea what you're talking about. YouTube? Does he mean make YouTube dark mode? That's what I was thinking. Yeah, I think there might be, like, I have a little built-in dark mode up here. I'm currently in light mode, but it's like a Chrome extension. Rainbow. Oh, like my little rainbow things. Oh, well, you don't like my rainbows? I just think those colors are cool. It's like a good graphic design thing. Dark mode for the win. Oh, I love these rainbows. Check it out. I got this too. Work your way out of this hole. I also have, let's see, what else? We have this one with the planes. Work your way out of this hole. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. So, the array get next. Let's see. Get smart object. Shit, where was I? I kind of lost my place. What was I just thinking about? We were going to... Oh, yeah, we're changing the start index. So we're getting the next smart object. And the start index is here. Oh, the reset flag is also another thing, right? So smart objects underscore reset flag. I made a colorful concrete plaque of my dog. Looks pretty cool. Dude, I fucking love just like a nice primary color palette. I'm like, I've been, in my older age, like even this, right? This like shirt, this anime shirt I got, I've been trying to wear more colors. Or like this. Nothing wrong to like, for like wearing like, muted colors and, monochromatic stuff. But I think I just wore so much monochromatic clothes growing up that like, I just have this really strong urge now to like just be more colorful in kind of everything, like my design stuff and like, even my couch, right? My couch is super colorful. I'm just like fucking tired. Like, again, nothing wrong. You can have like nice, just like, black and white and gray stuff. But I think I just kind of, I feel like that was like a chapter in my life that's kind of, I'm done with that. I want more color in my life. I want to see that color concrete plaque you made. Share it in the Discord. So, okay, so we have the current index here, and we have the reset flag here. So that means that when we get this, it goes here. Like, let's say it goes here first. This state, let me see. Not that one, not that one. Set int value. I think it's going to go in here. So I think what we do is we tell it, you're going to restart. Okay, and that's going to be where you restart from. Okay, this is restart just in case, right? And then it can do all the logic for whatever it needs to do. But when it does interact with it, then that's when it, like, let's add a header here. So that is whatever, like interaction logic, right? But we add another header. And this one will be like array get next continue, right? So it's like, here's where we tell array get next, it can actually get the next thing. Okay, right? So in this, you do an int add, or actually, no, you just set bool value of smart objects reset flag to false. Yeah, and that way it does continue where it picked up from. And I think that makes sense. And then whenever it's complete, where's the get next? Right here, this one. So this does not have a finished event. It has a loop event, right? So let's do loop event, finished, complete, right? Okay, so loop event continues on here, but if it's ever complete, it goes to the next room. But when it's complete, it also will set int value for the smart object index to 0. Oh, no, sorry, the start index to 0. Yeah, and that way it's truly starting all over again. Also, yeah, a bit of color is great. Post it in general. Nice. I'll take a look at it later. Also trying to get touch controls working in my project. Dude, I've been putting off those mobile tutorials for a minute. I have a feeling, though, it's going to be, I don't know, I don't want to curse it, but I have a feeling it's going to be, like, self-explanatory. Or that there's not, like, it's the same thing with VR, right? People, like, trip big time about, like, VR programming, but it's like, basically everything's the same. You're just changing, like, kind of your control schemes. It's more like a design, like a mental switch for design stuff, not so much that there's any actual new technical programming stuff that you have to learn. I kind of have a feeling it's gonna be the same thing with mobile. So next room, that works, I think, right? And then already checked, yes. Array contains, and then go to the next smart, wait, restart just in case, yeah. And then you interact, go to the next smart object. Did I already get the pathfinding package? Good. Destination, set agent destination. It's the character, right? And the destination is smart object v3. I want to also check GitHub prototypes, assets, PlayMaker templates. PlayMaker templates. Get text. Body part health, building health, can see player, capture, check all objectives, copy material type, create and spawn NPC, debug, goal setter, help up, import, a random position on mesh. I think I just need to do this myself really quick. Fine. So Um, hmm. We'll do a run FSM here. Okay, we'll take this x new set destination on mesh, and in here, okay, this, paste it in here. Fine, I'll come back out here, delete that. It's an input, that's fine. Path pending done will be next. Okay, set destination. And then we'll go to finish FSM, right? This will just be fin. This will have something else in between, which is get position, right? Gets the position of the destination game object, and then it puts the vector in here where it's like game object underscore v3, right? And that's world space, so it's like get position, and then we do sample position, nav mesh sample position. The source position is the game object v3, and then the max distance we'll say is, wait, what's the max distance? Sample within this distance from the source position. I want to say it should be shorter, right? The allowed mask is walkable. And then the position found, it should overwrite the game object v3. And then it goes down here, and destination is game object v. So do I not even use this in here anymore? I don't. Okay, it goes next, and it's fin. Okay, and it, I think that's pretty much it. So game object, destination game object, that's an input. That's it. Okay. So in here, now it's like the character is character, the destination game object is I never even saved this one, huh? Smart object, right? Result is smart object. Let's call it next, because that will make more sense. Okay, destination game object is the next smart object, and then when this is finished, we'll say complete. Okay, and this is when it's en route. Okay, en route, and what you do here is you get the distance between our character and the next smart object, and you store the result as or actually you want to do this, and we'll actually output this as well, so we can use that over here. So this is smart object v3 en route. Okay, and it's from our character to that, and we'll store the distance to destination on mesh. Okay, and we'll do a float compare, and we're saying that the distance to that is running every frame, and then when we get to about, let's say, half a unit, if we're equal or less than, then we go complete. If that is equal or less than that, Okay, complete. And then we do interact with the smart object. Okay. So, I think that's good. I think that makes sense. You get here and you say you interacted with it. Let's just put like we're just running a test really quick. Let's put like a wait action in here. We'll say that they wait 3 seconds before doing the next thing, right? They just do they just loop through this. They get the next smart object. Okay. And then they tell next room to start. I guess there's no way this is fucking. Let me just play it, because I forget like how far in this I am right now. Let me just play it to see what happens. See what happens. So our guy's right here. He's not even fucking moving. Let's see what his deal is. He went to here. So there's, oh, go to next room. It's duh. Okay, go to next room needs to be taken care of. So, go to next room. Which is, wait, how do you decide that again? Because okay, on this, I want to say it's like you do something like shit. Okay. You do character get next. Because he needs to remember. They do need to like keep track of where they have and have not been. Because I can't just do. Oh wait, yes I can. Yes, maybe I can. Maybe I can. Array get children. Yeah. Maybe I can. Okay. Areas. Loop event. Okay. Finished event is complete. And then the result is next area. Okay. And look at that. When this is complete, it should just go over here to leave mansion. So go to next room. Let's just fucking set destination as game object. I'm just going to be kind of lazy about it really quick. I'll add all that fucking nav mesh sample position shit if we need to. But this might be able to work. Next area, set destination, right? And then we're in route. Get agent remaining distance. Gets the remaining distance on the current path of nav mesh agent. Can also, I hate I hate using this fucking... Okay, look, this is the thing. The get agent remaining distance. We're gonna open this up really quick. I should just update the thing on the ecosystem. But basically I hate this because of this right here. If the remaining distance is equal to 0. And then I always forget, so it's like, what is it? C# how to write equal or less than. What is it? Less than or equal. So it's that, right? You just put this in front of it. So I can just go like this. If remaining distance is equal or less than. Okay. So now oh, and it can't just be 0. It has to be, I have to set something. So what we'll do is put in, I already have this event somewhere, but I just fucking forget where I put it. So we'll make a new public FSM float called min distance. And then down here, this 0 is min distance dot value. And that way, come on, man, I can't imagine having to wait for scripts to compile all the time. Okay, so it will be the character, right? And then the min distance will be 0.5, so we'll be running every frame, and the arrived event will be complete. Okay, there we go, and that's arrived. Okay, and then when they do arrive to the next room, they send event to game object investigate action start. Okay, so investigate will start here. Okay, and it gets all the things, blah blah blah. Will this work now? Will this fucking work? Let's find out. I feel like the reason I even played it the last time, oops. Let's just fucking see what happens. Oh my god. 3:30. All right, I got a couple hours before I got to get out of here. Okay, look, he's going to it. Goes to the room. Why is he like spinning around? Wait, what the fuck is going on? Character actions investigate next room. So they arrived, they got there, and then it said start investigate. Wait. It told investigate to start. It sent the event. But on investigate, it never actually started. Now, why is that? That doesn't make any sense. It should have, well, let's see what happens when I do this. I have no idea where he's going. Holy shit, where's he going? Did he go to like the next room or something? Oh, he's trying to leave the mansion. Whatever the hell that means. Oh, wait. Okay. Let's see what happens. Let me see. Let's play this. Okay, I'm gonna pause it right when we start so we can go over to our boy, right? Let's find him. F, okay? And let's look at his logic as he goes through all these little steps. Okay, so it says he's already arrived. Oh, maybe there's some bullshit with this. Right, yeah, because he should be at the Min distance. I wonder if this requires me. See, this is why I fucking hate the get agent remaining distance method. I always just want to have faith in it, but it basically never works for me. Let's just say distance remaining. Let's see if it just needs it to be put in a variable to be used. That might be the reason. Okay, so this guy should go to the mansion, right? Okay, let's find him. Open this up. FSMs, actions, next room. See, he says he's already arrived again. But ain't no way, man. Character, get. Oh. No, wait, that's right. That's right. Set destination as game object. Yeah, I'm just gonna get rid of it because I know that's the problem, and then he'll actually start behaving. So next room en route. Instead of get agent remaining distance, I'm just gonna do get distance, right, between the character and the next area. Okay, distance remaining, and we're gonna turn that off and use a float compare, and we're gonna say that, hey, if the distance remaining is, let's say 1.5 is equal to or less than 1.5, right? Then we go complete equal to or less than 1.5 because that's running every frame. All right, now he should hopefully behave. Let's see how this runs. Come on, man. Make daddy proud. Okay, hold on, let's pause it. I see him running. Damn, he's fast, huh? He's already through the door, right? So we got here. Actions. Next room. Okay, good. He's en route, right? So he hasn't arrived yet. So hopefully he gets to here to the center and then goes to the clock. All right, let's play it. Goes there. Oh, now where the fuck is he going? He's going to the living room now. So it said he arrived. It told investigate to start. Investigate did start. It got the... Oh. Interesting. Oh, I know why. The current area is not occupied, but check it out. On character, his entity should be tagged as character. There we go. Now he'll start interacting with those. Okay. Cross your fingers. Here we go. So hopefully he walks in, then walks to the clock. Gets here. Nope. Goes to that fucking thing again. Why? FSMs, actions, investigate gets fired off. He gets here. He still doesn't have the current area. So what's up with that? What's up with that? What's up with that? Foyer, right? This never got sent off. Interesting. So desu ne. So. Let's look at our project settings. Physics. We had area triggers, and check it out. None of these bitches are. These are all on the ignore raycast layer when they need to be the area trigger layer. Save. Come back out here. Make sure that they're all area triggers. Yeah. Okay. Now. Our boy will enter the room. Enter the house. And then when he gets to the middle of the room, go to the clock. Please. Fuck you. Why? Fucking guy. Why? Investigate gets fired off. Still current area, so that makes me wonder, did foyer not trigger it again? Foyer still not triggering. Does it need a rigid body? Is that why? Do triggers not work without rigid bodies? Am I being dumb? Am I being a stupid piece of shit really quick? Rigid body? Man, am I ever going to get used to this? I feel like I'm just never going to get used to this. I'm not using gravity, but we are kinematic. Save it. Back here. Swear to God, bro. You better get to this clock on the wall. All right, send thoughts and prayers, everybody. Oh, you little bastard. Why? Foyer? It did update his area. Right? So we should be able to see that on him, his area manager. Oh, look at this. I never set the current area when he enters the new area. That's why. Okay, so we're going to do set game object. Okay, we're setting the current area with the new area. That's what happens when you enter a new area. Okay, cool. Making, you know, little chipping away is kind of brute forcing the development process. Come on. Yeah, there he goes. Look at it. Now he's at the clock. He's doing like a weird dance. Whoop. And then he's done over there and he goes to the next room. But here, there's nothing to do in here yet. So he freezes up. Okay. But works. Great, great, great. So now we could fill this place up with things to do and examine. Holy shit. Okay, so what is left to do? What are we looking at? Let me fucking get rid of this and this. This. Okay. So we have him go to places and he examines things and then he walks to go to the next place to examine things. Let's make one thing in each room just so we have like the minimum viable product for this fucking game, right? So let's make the piano a thing, right? So I'm gonna go create empty. We're gonna call this piano, drag it out like this, put it in here, and we're gonna do props and I'm gonna drag that in, piano. Okay, and then what's the next room? This one. What's the thing that, should we have him go to the fridge? Or the stove? Right, let's go to, let's say this is one. Okay, where's it at? How come I can't? Where is it on here? What the fuck? How come this shit ain't highlighting in my inspector? Why is just piano selected? There we go. That was so weird. Okay. If I create empty parent, what's so weird too is that it puts it all the way over here. So I keep needing to call this stove and then take it out. It's kind of tedious, but fuck it. Stove. Okay, pop it in here. Next room. We're just doing one per room right now. It would be nice later to add more content, but Bob Ross. What's up, Bob Ross? Is this a cutscene? It is not. So this is just the gameplay. It's a bunch of NPC interactions. So here's the kitchen. And then in here, what are they going to interact with? The this painting or the fireplace? Let's say the fireplace. Is the fireplace like a thing? Yeah. Fireplace. Gonna create empty and fireplace. Gonna do like this. Drag it in there. Pop it in like that. Okay, and then we'll go to the bathroom. How you doing, Bob Ross? How's it going? In the bathroom, we will do the bathtub. Okay. Create empty bathtub. Take it out like that. Put it in right there. Drag that in. Okay, cool. So I think that's all the rooms that we have so far. Even though there's plenty of rooms upstairs, I just want to make sure that this little system works. So now I can minimize this, get area trigger 1. That already has something. Area trigger for, what is this? The living room. So I can lock this, say that its array is one size like that. We'll grab the piano and put it in like that. Okay, and then minimize this, get the third area, which is the kitchen, right, which is over here, lock it, say that the size is 1, and this time we're putting the oven in there, or stove, okay, like that. Unlocking this, going up, this. Now we're in the living room number 2, which is this thing. And in here, we're going to add the fireplace. Okay, adding the fireplace, unlocking that. And last one is the bathroom, where we will add the bathtub. So I'm going to lock it. Say there's one thing in here for us. It's this bathtub. And I'm going to put it right here. Okay, so now we should see our guy go there and spend like 3 seconds at each thing, right? So here's what I'm going to do. Is the character spawn, I'm going to tag it as whatever, character spawn. And then we'll just have him find it at the end and go there as like leaving the mansion. So for character, when he leaves the mansion, we'll do a find game object tagged as character spawn, and then we'll say destination, and then set destination as game object. We're doing this just real sloppy for now because I just want to see that the whole system comes together and works like this. Right, so actions start like that. So leave mansion, right? And that means that investigate next room, leave mansion. We do a send event to the game object, leave mansion. We tell it to start. Okay, action start. Okay, so let's see if I can let's just maximize this some bitch. Okay. Hello, Sappy Rook. What's up, Sappy Rook? How's it going? Are you done modeling the world in Memories of a Spy? I am. Yeah. It's like 90%. It's like there's like a few things I want to like touch up and, you know, game props and stuff, but basically you could walk around in the whole world of Memories of a Spy. Okay, so look at, okay, he just went to the clock. Now he's going to the next room. Oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh, he's a little confused. What the fuck is he doing? Hang on. Fuck, what is he doing? Why? Oh, because every time we get here, we need to reset. I forgot. So, all of the iteration actions in our sort of AI actions need reset flags. Okay, so we'll call this areas _ reset flag. Okay, is there any other ones? I don't think there are. So when we stop, we will set bool value for areas reset flag, set that to true. Okay, the next one, investigate. We have this one, which already has a reset flag, right? So when we stop, set bool value for that, which again is true. Okay, so we have that one, that one, that one. I don't think there's any other iteration in here. Okay, so that's investigate. Spooked, there's nothing in spooked. Leave mansion, there. I think that's sufficient. We'll see. Yeah. Going good as per usual. What about you? You know, things aren't bad. Things aren't bad. It's been honestly been like super busy. You know, life can get kind of crazy sometimes. But okay, look, he's checking out the clock. All right, and then. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. But he's getting. No, I can't. I remember what I said earlier. I couldn't. I can't reset that one though. So. We'll do play maximize, so I don't have to keep doing that. His next room thing, I think this is my bad. This wasn't the FSM that was giving me problems, was it? Let's find out. But yeah, things have been going okay. Life can get rough, man. Life can get really rough. I've been wanting to do like a video about like mental health stuff, being like a solo dev. Okay, there he goes to that room. Is he stuck here? Here's where it gets stuck iterating. So it starts off and it says that's fine, and it gets the current area, but his current area should not be the foyer. His current area should be the living room, because he's in the living room, right? He is right here. He like made it through the trigger. So what's interesting is that, see, here's the living room thing, and it did update area. But did his, yeah, and it even says he's in the living room right now. Okay, so that means that when this investigate thing fires off, oh, I see, because it interacted with smart object and then it came here. Here's what we need to do, actually. Instead of playing maximized, I'm going to toggle some breakpoints. So in here, I'm gonna toggle breakpoint. Right here, I'm gonna toggle a breakpoint, and right here, I'm gonna toggle a breakpoint. Save it. So the game will pause every time it enters those states. Now when I play this, let's see what happens. Okay, he gets to the center of the room, pauses, right? So he sees that clock on the wall is an option. I'm gonna unpause it, pauses again, where now he oh, already checked. Characters interacted with. It should do that. Okay, fine. So he says he hasn't. He's en route. He gets to it. He interacts with it. Okay. So the clock on wall. Smart object interact never got fired off, but will it in just a moment? Yes, it does. Okay, so now we could see that this character has interacted with it before. And then our our guy, he's kind of just in this little wait section, right? So he's going to wait. And he comes here where it should go to next room, right? It does. Okay. So here's where I get confused, because right now we don't have any infinite loop errors, right? He's actually just going to the next room. So he's en route to the next room. So on investigate, this is where it gets weird. Oh. Is it because we need to... We already set the start index. Okay, whatever. I'm just going to press on pause. He gets here. You know what it is? He is arriving before he's entered the room. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe I set the... Check it out. That'd be really funny. So it's like his next room thing. The arrived, or en route. Right here I put 1.5. Let's change it to like 0.5. That might be too low, but I'd rather it be too low. Well, let's see. Because he was already asking himself questions about what he should do in a room that he was on his way to, but that he hadn't actually arrived at. Okay, so this is fine, this is fine, this is fine. Right, goes to the clock, checks the clock. Okay, this is all business as usual. Okay, unpause. Okay. But here... Why is he stuck on this? Gamedev array. Array contains. Oh, I see. So it's stuck on gamedev array also. So this is better, right? This is a step forward. But the piano needs the smart object thing. So like on all of our props, right? In the first one, we had this clock wall. So let's take this smart object. And we're going to templatize it. So I'm going to go ahead and save template and call this smart object. Yes, I want to use it here. And then we're going to put it on the bathtub. So we're going to go into add FSM, use template, smart object. We'll call it smart object. In fact, honestly, just copy the component, right? So we have it on the bathtub, the clock wall. Let's put it on the fireplace. Paste component as new, save. Let's go into the piano as well. Okay, paste component as new, save it, and then go to the stove. Okay, paste component as new, save it. Okay, so these all have, I forgot, they all need to be categorized as smart objects, and they need to have that necessary information on them. Let's go to our boy and turn off those breakpoints, right? So toggle breakpoint, and toggle breakpoint. Okay, so I have a decent feeling about this just running smoothly. About him just being able to, well, let's see. Got touch control working after a tutorial from Broken. Happy with that. Time for some Football Manager. Nice. Nice. All right, so we got this guy go over the clock, hangs out there for like 3 seconds, comes over here. Oh, okay. Yep, goes to the piano, right? He's at the piano now. Oop, goes through a wall because that makes sense. Okay, now he's in the kitchen. Cool, goes to the stove. Should hang out there for 3 seconds. Then he's gonna go to this room, right? Okay, and here where he hangs out at the fireplace. Yep. Okay, then he's gonna go to the bathroom. And in here, he's gonna go to the bathtub. And he hangs out at the bathtub for a second. And then he should, fucking going through the walls, make a beeline to go back to this little box. Woo! All right, so his little loop of like I explore this mansion and then I leave is complete. All right, so that's how he examines things. The thing that we want to do now is throw him off. We want to throw a wrench in all those gears. And the way we're going to do that is by giving the player access to all the things that he can interact with. We also want to sort of like, well, it's not even just the things he interacts with, but things in the room should spook him. This is a lot of fucking work. I like the idea. I think it's coming together. I can't wait to actually, like, yeah, it's coming together. But holy shit, I'm already so tired from working on all of this. Okay, I need. What does Daddy need? What does Daddy need? Okay, this is what's gonna happen if you don't mind. Really quick. Well. Oh shit. Guys, making video games is a lot of work. Hold on. Fuck. Okay. Just gotta stretch. Okay. Whew. Let's scare this fool. Let's scare him, right? So our options are what's an easy one? An easy one would be knocking stuff off shelves. Okay, knocking things over. Or even the lights, turning the lights on and off. Because right now the lights are on. Okay. That's actually a decent one. So you know what I haven't thought about too much, but like the idea is that the player, like, let's play this maximized for a second, just so you can kind of see, like, you can kind of imagine what the gameplay might look like. Okay, so we're in here, right? And it's like, okay, so we're following him. Okay, he's in this room. He's gonna examine that piano. Now, while we're in here, it's like we're like omniscient, right? We're just kind of floating around the world. But like the idea is that we can come over here and like knock shit over and like turn things on and off. So I guess you could just like interact with things, right? Like I guess I could just come over and like the same way you would in any other game, like if it was first person or something, like where you just come over and hit E and it just interacts with the thing. Like that's one way of doing it, right? Also, it's like, I wonder if OBS is causing this much lag. The lag is really crazy right now. What are we at on this? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I want to say I think I'm gonna hop off stream and kind of work on this off stream for a little bit. Wish me good luck, because I do, like I said, I'm probably gonna leave in a little bit, which is kind of crazy. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna have time to really work on it tomorrow, or I'd have to stay up late or something. Okay, y'all. Thanks to everybody who swung by. I hope it was semi-entertaining for you. I'm gonna get in some of these player interactions and hopefully like ship out a modest version of this game. We'll see. I'm not terribly optimistic right now, but it's possible. Gorman Studios says later, skater. See you later, Gorman Studios. And anybody else who is in chat right now, thanks for swinging by. I'll talk to you guys soon. Hit up the Discord if you want to learn how to make games like I'm making right now and zipping through just prototyping the living shit out of games. Be sure to check out the courses. There's links in the description. So I make these courses on how to use PlayMaker to make sort of whatever the genre is. There is a Metroidvania, a physics-based Metroidvania course. There is a first-person horror course. And I'm currently in the works for a top-down RPG, like a top-down 2D RPG course. So check out those links in the description. If you're into what I'm doing on this channel and you want to support me, but you also want to get some of your own value, something, you're not just trying to put a dollar in a tip jar for me. If you want to get a little something, check out those courses. Also on Gumroad, if you're working on things, you can also sign up for consultation time. I do one-on-one video calls, so if you ever want some consultation for your project, whether you're looking at like a sort of macro thing, or if you just want to get some one-on-one time, a little more thorough one-on-one time to debug some shit, then you could sign up there as well. And yeah, otherwise, just come by, say what's up in the Discord. All right, everybody.